All right, this episode in Cruising Columbia County with Melissa Jakes, we are visiting Dr. Rachel DelToro at Infusion and Injections, which is located in Belize Health and Beauty Center. So can I take a seat in the
Please,
chair?
yeah.
All right. So many people don't know that Dr. Rachel is a naturopathic doctor in St. Helens. So what all services do you provide to the community?
Right. So I call this business Infusions and Injections because that's exactly what I do here. I do all manner of infusions and injections, from beauty to wellness to hormone management.
Mm-hmm. And some of that, like today, for example, she had an urgent care appointment that helped my son out. So I have a 20-month-old. And you were able to help him with that. So you have urgent care appointments?
Right.
Things?
I have some limited urgent care capabilities here. You know, strep test, UTIs, check your ears, check your lungs. And then I have things on hand to help and send you home with, from antibiotics to natural support.
Perfect. Well, I know that you have a lot of things that you can do, like B12 shots and things like that.
Right.
Focusing, which so many people are going to the naturopathic ways, and like the convenience of having somebody like you accessible instead of sitting at an urgent care with so many sick people around.
Yeah.
It just makes it fabulous to offer to the community. What made you start opening up the business here specifically?
So my family and I moved out here 3 years ago. We followed other family out here and we just settled down. I'm from a smaller town than St. Helens, so it made it easy for me.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, and how did you choose going into the naturopathic? And what's it? So many people don't know a huge difference between regular Western medicine, right? I think, and naturopathic.
Right. Naturopathic medicine is original medicine. I mean, big pharma started out in, with the witches and the ladies, the herbologists, mixing stuff to make you feel better. You'd go visit the village witch and she'd make you feel better. And we've made it official.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, and I like too that you're able to, you look for, personally, I know this personally, look for the reason, the cause, not just
absolutely
putting a Band-Aid on it.
Every time. Yeah. Why is this happening? Not open your mouth and try this pill.
Yeah. Yep. Well, what are the best parts, like the most rewarding parts of the job that you're able to do here?
So the immediacy of care, right? You walk in my door, I see you. I mean, if somebody waits for like 3 minutes, I'm like, oh my God, I'm late.
Yeah.
So I try to do that instant gratification with medicine. It's concierge medicine. I mean, I don't take insurance on purpose. So you walk in the door, you get treated. Say we're doing a vitamin shot, you feel better tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
If we're doing infusion for wellness, you walk out the door feeling better. If we're doing lip filler, you definitely feel good when you walk out the door. Yeah. So like right here, right now medicine. Mm-hmm. I love that.
Well, and I know some people think of cost too. They're like, how am I going to afford that? Because you don't take insurance.
Mm-hmm.
I know for me, I can of course speak volumes that you're not too far off from like a copay or anything else, or having iron infusions, something that I've also been able to have here.
Right. Going
to the hospital and having my copays, your costs are really, really competitive with that insurance versus copay minimum deductibles, right?
I really try to. I don't have, some people come in and they'll tell me, oh, this makes sense or this doesn't make sense. And sometimes I have to, as a small business owner, kind of gauge and be like, oh, I need to adjust, which I think I've done decently. Yeah. Sometimes I catch something here and there that I need to fix.
Yeah. Well, speaking of just being ingrained in the community, you do a lot of sponsorships and volunteering to be able to make sure you're supporting local, which is huge. Why we do this channel.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about that. Like, what all have you given back to the community for that?
Right. So I just love it. I love handing out gift cards and say, hey, come check out this business, but let's support something. Let's support Toy and Joy. Let's support the Little League teams. Things like that. I love to do it. We were in the big Halloween parade last year. So I think we'll do like a Halloween town thing this year. So just anything that I can get my hands into and volunteer. I don't have a lot of time, but we can definitely get some money.
Well, and it's nice too, because again, you're so busy, and I'm sure that as you're getting a reputation being out here and people are discovering you and where you're at, that you're getting busier.
Yes.
Speaking of which, what does your schedule look like? I know you keep non-conforming hours to a lot of doctors.
Right. So I'm in the office to see folks 7 days on, 7 days off, and I'm here as early as 7 some days and here as late as 7 some days. So I try to be available for everybody.
Yeah, and we're filming this, by the way, on a Sunday, which is the day that my son was seen. So case in point, a lot of the times you can't get a hold of a doctor on a weekend, or you're sitting hours in an ER in urgent care. What made you decide to go with that schedule? Is it because of the flexibility?
I love the flexibility. My kids are young, on my off weeks, I'm volunteering at first grade art week, and things like that. So it makes me happy to have that excellent work-life balance that I'm providing for my family, but I'm still there for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and tell me something that you think is something that people don't know about what you do that I haven't asked about that maybe you want to share. Do you have anything like that?
Right. So recently rolled out like a hormone management program. So come in, let's talk about menopause. Let's talk about testosterone. Let's get you feeling better, sleeping better, losing that weight. And then I also have an infrared sauna, which is just the best like wellness and biohacking thing overall that almost anybody can do.
How does that help? I've heard of it, but I don't know exactly how it works.
Right. It's all that biohacking. It's like, I know it's a big health buzzword now. It's really detoxification. And when you sweat, you detox through your skin. And we're not very snappy at that as Americans. So this really helps and gets that process kickstarted for you. It's definitely, especially if you come for, 3 times a week to get started.
And that's here in the spa.
Oh yeah, it's next door.
Oh, that's incredible. Could we maybe take a peek at it? Just
Sure.
for fun? Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, let's follow us into that room over there, maybe.
Okay.
All right. All right. I know it's just around the corner here, and holy smokes, what? She's already in here. So this is explain it to me again,
This is an infrared sauna.
Wow.
So it's different than a steam sauna because the air around you heats up instead of that steam component.
Yeah.
So you are dripping sweat when you get out. So you need to take a shower, which is in the room as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. So the shower right here, how much does this, if you want, do you buy an amount of sessions that you go in?
Yeah,
and do?
I do $40 a session. You come in for an hour, sit in here, sweat, take a shower, go home. And if you love it, I offer packages.
Oh, that's pretty incredible. And nice that the convenience is you've got towels, you could take a nap in here. No.
You could try.
And then, the shower so you can get all cleaned up after. That is pretty incredible and not something that you would expect to see in St. Helens because it seems like a big city kind of thing.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But it's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, thank you for joining us on this episode of Cruising Columbia County with Melissa Jakes. Thank you again, Dr. Rachel DelToro, for joining me and letting us see what's in here and pick your brain about awesome medicine that you have out here.
Perfect. Thanks for coming.
Thanks. Until next time.